Okay, now this is law of chemical combination. This also you may have done in class 8. The total mass of reactants is equal to always total mass of the product. So for example, if I take say NaOH plus HCl will give you NaCl plus H2O. The first thing is that you have to balance the equation. Okay, so when you have to balance the equation, I'll put here, you see hydrogen you have 2, you have 2 here, oxygen 1, you have 1, and Cl, so that means it is already balanced. Okay, now we'll get here the RMM of all this, and we'll see that the left hand side and the right hand side are equals. Okay, so when you see NaOH, see sodium, for sodium it is 23, and chlorine, you know, it is 35.5, hydrogen is 1, and oxygen is 16. So we can show that, say NaOH, for NaOH you have 23 plus oxygen is 16 plus hydrogen is 1, and then plus hydrogen 1, and this is 35.5 AMU. Okay, so I'm not writing that AMU every time, and this is 23 plus 35.5 plus 2 into 1 plus 16. Okay, so what we got here, 23 and here 17, that is 23, 30, 40 plus 35, and you have 36.5 AMU, and you have 35, 45, 55, 35, 45, 55, 58.5, and you have 18, okay, AMU. So 40, 50, 60, 70, what do you have? 76.5, and here also you can see, if you add them you get 76.5 AMU. So this is we can prove or show like this, that the total mass of the reactants is always equals to the total mass of the product. Okay. Okay, next is empirical formula. The empirical formula is actually the simplest formula. You know, the real formula that we write, the chemical formula, that is called the molecular formula. And when we write that molecular formula in its simpler form, simplest form, then we say it is empirical formula. And sometimes coincidentally the molecular formula and empirical formula is same. Okay. Now just see example. So H2O2, this is hydrogen peroxide. And if they ask me empirical formula, then I'll cancel the terms, like 2 and 2 and 2 got cancelled, then the empirical formula becomes HO. So the empirical formula of hydrogen peroxide is H2O. Okay. Now similarly, you see H2O, this is water. Now this is the molecular formula. So here H2O2, this is also the molecular formula. But this is the empirical formula. But water, this is the molecular formula. And in case of water, the empirical formula is also same, because there are no common terms. So the empirical formula is also this. Okay. Now see, this is say C2H4. Now this is ethene. So the empirical formula of C2H4 will be what? CH2. Okay, 2 and 2 got cancelled, so 2 2's are, so CH2. Similarly, if you have C2H6, that is ethane, then the empirical formula will be, cancelling the common terms, CH3. Okay. Now sometimes it can come in this way, CH3COOH, for example. Okay. So this is say acetic acid. Now in this case what happens, you just convert them, combine this formula in a proper way. Okay, although we write the molecular formula in this way, and this we'll learn in higher classes why we write in this way. So this is the molecular formula, but we'll write, if the formula is given in this way, then we'll write the formula in a combined form. So that means that actual molecular formula, or we can say it is, you see carbon, how many? Carbon is C2, so you have C2. Hydrogen is how much? 3 and 1, 4, so you have hydrogen 4, 3 and 1, 4, and oxygen you have 2, right? So this is the molecular formula now, and therefore empirical formula, common terms if you cut, so you get 1 here, you get 2 here, you get 1, so it will be CH2O. Understand? That's all in empirical formula. Okay.